Kaia ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi and Kula Kaiapuni ʻohana has, for lack of a better term, kind of taken back education. We strongly believe in a culturally relevant based education where keiki are being taught and learned through their cultural lens instead of a lens of someone making curriculum in the mainland. And what that's done for our program and our keiki and our families is given back that power. Aloha, my name is Moani Iona. This is my 20th year here at Hana School. During the regular school year, I'm a school counselor and I work both with our English-speaking children and our Kula Kaiapuni children. I also am a very strong advocate for revitalizing Hawaiian, especially here in my hometown. I was born and raised here. When I went to Hana School, there was no Kaiapuni. There wasn't even Hawaiian language classes. I had to take Spanish. And I wanted to be a Hawaiian language teacher, but I couldn't take Hawaiian here in Hana. And so what motivates me as a kumu / mover and shaker / advocate of revitalizing ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi here in Hana is that no keiki will come through Hana School without the opportunity of learning Hawaiian ever again. Hana is a very remote, small town, and the coronavirus has made us very protective of our families and our children because we are so vulnerable. We don't have a hospital nearby. We live with several generations under one roof, and so we've been fortunate to not have many cases in Hana, but it's definitely impacted the education of our keiki, especially our keiki Kula Kaiapuni. For most of our keiki, school's the only place where they're speaking Hawaiian. And so for our ʻŌlelo and having keiki be exposed to ʻŌlelo throughout the day and practicing speaking, it's been very difficult. The school and our principal, Kristanita, has been very, very supportive of getting keiki back on campus, getting our keiki to ʻŌlelo and have access to education, which a lot of them have missed out on during these months. Particularly in Hana, we have very spotty internet service. Other keiki throughout the state, I think, had a much easier time accessing online content. But here in Hana, you have to drive around sometimes to find that internet access. And our outlying areas are where most of our keiki live. So we were fortunate that our principal saw the Kula Kaiapuni keiki as being a priority for our summer learning hub. Of course, we've had to do things differently. As you know, for our people, we hug and we do things together and it's all ʻohana style. But with the coronavirus, that has changed and that's been the hardest transition for us.
Yeah, we have a lot more stuff that we need to follow because of the corona. You know, we need to wash our hands more. We need to have Germ-X every time we're moving from one place to another, wiping down things. We have to keep our keiki social distancing. And with our kumu wearing our masks, it's hard to breathe, it's hard to talk, it's hard for them to hear us. It's hard to chant and sing with that on, but if it's keeping us safe, it's keeping us going and we can run our program with it, then we're gonna do it.
Our number one goal is e ola ika ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi, so our students speaking Hawaiian. And through that medium and our cultural lens, we are integrating language arts, math, science, social studies, art, some gardening, cooking, oli, mele, all into a project. And our project is focused on our storied places of Hana, or Wahipana, specifically the first fish pond in the state of Hawaii at Leho'ula. So our keiki are learning the mo'olelo of Ai'ai and Ku'ulakai and doing all kinds of projects centered around the morals and values they learn throughout that mo'olelo.
Ke a'one kākou no ka mo'olelo Ai'ai, a me e hana ke aka ana kākou no ka mo'olelo. E hana ana kākou I na hame'e, a me ka loko i'a, a me na mea e like me ka makau.
O kekahi mea, punahele au o ka hula. Aloha o kilina he leka tole tino ko uinoa, e limo o makahiki no hopo mo ka waipapa. O me stila o I liloa ko umo makua, ke nuia e au e liloa na voi kumu mahalo.
Aloha, o kana I ko uinoa, e komane au I loko ka pape kai. Makemate au nui Pa'ani me ka umahoa. I ka a'o ana na mea me lako.
In a small rural community like this, with limited resources, you have to work together. We need each other. And what this summer hub has shown us is that organizations here in Hana and families here in Hana and Hana School can pull together for the best interests of our children, who we're gonna need. We're gonna need at our school, we're gonna need in our community and our families, and we're gonna need at all levels of our state in order to make Hawaii a place where our keiki can thrive, where our keiki ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi will thrive in all areas and will lead us with their traditional knowledge. I honestly think the world needs that. And what we're doing here every day is growing those leaders.